Thank you very much, Mike. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You will see me, and not that you need to see me, or actually then I'm going to get in the way of that, so I tell you what, I'm going to stand up. Right, this evening, slightly different sort of way of doing things. Just to give you a quick overview of why I'm here. Obviously I manage the club anyway, but the key thing is I have sat on the RICS Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors Regulatory Board, and I still currently sit on their ethics subcommittee. One of the tasks I have within RICS is to train conduct and ethics. So this evening is a little bit RICS centric, as it were, because that's obviously the area of my knowledge and expertise side of things. But do you know what? It's not a bad range of morals and ethical stances. So I've kind of drawn a little bit from that, but also from the material that I use. Now, the first thing I want to show you this, and I hate this because when you present you should never have masses of text, but this is a really good quote. And this is a lady called Philippa Foster-Back, who I sit on the ethics subcommittee with. She works for the Institute of Business Ethics, and she's the director of that. She said ethics is about something when written sensitively, communicated engagingly, lived and breathed by, that's the important point, senior management. And it was really interesting to see that. If you're thinking about ethics and conduct, there's no point doing it unless we've got the engagement right at the top of the ladder. So senior management codes of ethics can have positive impact on the way business is done. They should be considered as guidance. That's the other thing about ethics. I do a lot of training on rules of conduct. Now, rules are very much the yes and no, what you can, you can't do. Ethics becomes this very grey area. So it is very much a guidance, a tool to use when you're not quite sure of the direction to take. So through other people's experience and, dare I say, mistakes, you kind of learn that probably that isn't the best thing to go and do. And then it says through the Institute of Business Ethics, the IBE research shows that training of staff in what the code means to their working life can not only bring significant financial benefits, but also an ethical business culture. And this is another interesting thing with the RICS. They're trying to go global with their regulation, and it's a really interesting thing. I came off the regulatory board. It was a 4-year tenure. I came off that before they went global, thankfully, because just the minefield of different cultures, different religions, different whole ways how other countries and other parts of the world function causes this to be quite an issue. There is, interestingly, this benefits of building ethical business is very much something that a lot of people talk about and a lot of countries talk about. A lot of governments say we would love to see this, and yet it doesn't seem to happen. We see these problems coming along. And interestingly, things that go on overseas affect us here. If our offices are the headquarters of that firm, and you have overseas offices under the Bribery Act, which I'm sure you're all aware of, then you can get in trouble in this country for what goes on in other countries. So the whole ethics area is quite an interesting area. What I'm going to try and do this evening, I've got some handouts for you, which are the slides. I don't often give this out, but I thought you might want to make some scribbled notes against this. So there's one of those for everybody. I also have a CD-ROM to give you at the end. It's only a little one. But on here I found about a good sort of 40 or 50 megabytes worth of useful reference material. Now, yeah, if you want to go and read it all, you can. But I just thought, rather than try and say, I'll go to this link or that link and give you a sheet of links, I thought I'd just download them. And I've got those for you at the end. And you can have one of those when you fill out your feedback form. Is that bribery? Not sure. But anyway, it always gets me 100% feedback. Let's put it that way. Okay, so ethics. I did a bit of research around ethics about 5 or 6 years ago, because I was asked by the RICS to kind of get involved in this and do something about it. So the various things I found, okay, first of all it says ethics is a motivation based on ideas of right and wrong. Where do we find our ideas of right and wrong? How do those develop in our lifetimes? Society? Parents? School, religion, anything else? Peers, yeah. Media, law, codes of practice, guidance notes, sort of things that you're driven to do every day, isn't it? Okay. And then this other one, that's philosophical, got my teeth in, study of the moral values and rules. So someone sort of saying, well, let's just take a step outside the box and just look at how everything goes. So it's quite interesting when you go start looking for ethics. When I first did this 6 years ago, there wasn't much, and it's really interesting how the industry has changed, because you now type ethics in, and there's reams and reams of the stuff everywhere. All the big companies have got into it since kind of the Bribery Act then got involved in 2010. And it's